What's going on, everybody? This is Greg Dawson. Unfortunately, I'm just finding out because I made my appearance, and this is a still background of the live city council meeting. I signed up to this city council meeting. I'm actually not in Tampa today. I'll be back home a little bit later on, but to address agenda items number 6 and item number 7, which I'm just now finding out. And if you go to uh, the city council site where they're having the live city council meetings, you'll hear them say they moved this to October. Well, and the item was a discussion on whether, and if you go to Tampa, I think it's Tampa Gov dot. It's called a Highland Cloud, whatever. But you just go to Tampa.gov and hit type in agenda, and you'll see the agenda items that I plan to address today. And I'll just show it to you on the screens. I believe there we go. And now you all can see. Well, no, actually, that's not the one I think I wanted you all to see. So let me bring this down. That is not it. Okay, so here we go. You should be looking at. Okay, actually, you do see it. As you see, it's still showing me this one. This is not what I wanted to see. What is it? View meeting. Okay, try to view meeting. Here we go. My fault. So there you go. The first one was how to get into the meeting. You can kind of look in there and see what you saw on my screen. But anyway, so here we are, people. The items I wanted to discuss today, and interestingly enough, everybody should have probably understood why, is a discussion on whether and how to update the city's ethics code and to look at the effectiveness and structure of the ethics commission to see if it needs to be modified. Of course, that should be important no matter what city you happen to be living in. But also number 7 on whether the city's ethics code is duplicative and whether it continue in its current form or be modified or eliminated. I don't know how the ethics code even works in this city, because one of the questions I was going to raise is their ethics code going to address whether police officers should be exchanging emails with judges while they're both working on the same while working on a case, and whether those emails or any exchanges between a judge and a police officer should be available to the general public. Naturally, I'm asking that question because of my own personal situation. And I had my case in the 11th Circuit was dismissed. I filed my motion for reconsideration, and I'm doing my motion for reconsideration. I haven't filed. I've actually drafted my motion for reconsideration, and I'm working on my motion for reconsideration en banc to address where I think the court just clearly deviated from well-established law and deviated from the Supreme Court law. If you happen to come across this stream and want to say, hey, Greg, can I see your briefs or what have you? Absolutely. I'm all about transparency and hoping that maybe some attorney or some legal scholar somewhere will take a look at it and say, hey, these are some problems right here when the 11th Circuit deviates from its own law and from precedent from the United States Supreme Court. That being said, there's nothing else for me to really give you all today, but those are the 2 items I was going to talk about. As always, I try to be more of an example of what I would never tell somebody to do what I'm not willing to do, even when it comes to the military, that's a different discussion. But hey, shout out to all the veterans. And one of the reasons that I come down here is because I'm vested in the future of this country, if not even from my military service, but because of my children and my grandchildren. I want them to have a better country than what I had, and that's probably that's part of our responsibilities as stewards to the young people, is to leave them in a better situation than we came into. To the forerunners, I give a mighty salute. We're closing in on what is recognized as Black History Month, but I think every day should be a day for historical or chronological recollection. And however you do that is up to you naturally, but I just think that people should take some time to look back on the people who paved the way for us to do what we're able to do today. And also, I am hoping that young people will take the time to become more involved in the politics of the day, because Greg here has, I'm sure, a lot more in my rear view than I have down the road. Lord willing, I'll be 58 next Thursday. I actually think March the 5th. I think it's next Thursday. And so I do feel a responsibility to those who I leave behind, and also with the information that you can get on my website. So with that being said, it's always imparting. Sometimes it's not about right or wrong. More importantly, it's about clarity. You'll never reach resolution if you're not willing to engage in honest dialogue, even if that dialogue is with yourself. Take time to hug the person you love and love the person you hug. I'm Greg Doss. I'm also the infamous DJ Squid. I'm saying peace. I'm saying chicken grease. I'm out.